Welcome to today's talk, dear viewer. We are continuing the osteology of the upper limb, and this episode we are going to look at another bone of the forearm, that is the radius. In the last episode we looked at the ulna, and in this episode we want to see another lateral bone of the forearm known as the radius. Same like the ulna, the radius has got three parts, that is the proximal end that forms an articulation with the capitulum of the humerus, and then that giving rise the shaft its body, which is another part, and then the distal end. The distal end forms an articulation with couple bones forming the wrist joint, as we are going to see, or as we shall see when it comes to the wrist joint. Now in this episode we want to look at features. This is a small bone compared to the ulna, and for it instead widens from proximal going to the distal end. So it widens, so it's more so the opposite of the ulna, because you say the ulna widens, the ulna tapers, then this will be widening going outwards. So let's look at the features on the posterior aspect and then the anterior aspect, and then see muscle attachments onto this bone known as the radius. So this is from anterior view. We have our head giving rise to a neck, small neck there. Say it widens downwards, and then we have our head this side, giving rise to a neck there, giving rise to a tuberous there, then goes on widening downwards. Yes, simply like that. So that is the anterior aspect. We shall do the two aspects at once. So posterior aspect, still we have our head giving rise to a neck, neck giving us a prominent structure there, then the body, and then down here. So this will come down, forming that. So this is anterior view and that's the posterior view. So we shall have here major features. We see, we can see the head, which we call the head of the radius. We can see the radiotuberosity. We can see the shaft from both aspects. Then over here we have what we call the ulnar notch. The ulnar notch that provides attachment for the distal end of the ulna. Then here we have the styroid process. Those are the major features. And for mass attachments, we begin with this, the muscle which attaches there. Then there is another muscle attaching over that side. There is another muscle coming all the way here, and then we have another muscle over here. Below that still we have another muscle here, and then we have another one here, then we have another one here. Yes, so these muscles are, this one is known as the biceps. So biceps brachii makes its insertion onto the radial tuberosity. Then on this side here, we have the supinator muscle, supinator, originating from there. And then this side here, we have a huge muscle known as the flexor, digitorum, superficialis, Then we have another muscle there which is known as the Proneta Teres. So Proneta Teres originates from the ulna, and then it makes its point of insertion onto the radius along this point. Then here below the pronata, we have the flexor pollicis longus, over there. Then we have this, which makes an insertion here. This is brachioradialis, makes its insertion over there, all the way from the humerus, and inserting on that point. Then here we have the Proneta quadratus, makes its point of insertion. This is Proneta quadratus. So Proneta quadratus originates from the ulnar aspect and then inserts on the radial aspect there. Then muscles that we can see from the posterior aspect, still we can see our biceps. The biceps brachii makes its point of insertion there. Then still we can see another muscle here known as the supinator. Then below the supinator I have another muscle here. This muscle is known as the abductor pollicis longus. Then below it over there is where we have the extensor pollicis brevis. So those are the simple muscles making their point of attachments there. Then what you forget here, another feature, this is the neck of the radius. So for muscle attachment, these are the muscles. We have here muscles, and then we have still here muscles, and then we have features here. Very good. So this is all about the muscles, features onto the radius. Radius, very simple bone. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and don't forget to press the notification button for updates, and watch out the next episode about the wrist joint. Goodbye.